America is recognized for various things, such as New York City, Hollywood, pop culture, and the Grand Canyon. However, one aspect that is not a point of pride is the prevalence of obesity. It is common knowledge that American serving sizes are excessively large, and no one needs to consume such excessive amounts. According to research by the CDC, 31.8% of US adults are overweight, and 40% are classified as obese. This issue is no longer just a matter of body image concerns. It affects the health and well-being of these individuals. The likelihood of developing a stroke is 64% higher, while the chance of heart disease is twice as high, and the risk developing type 2 diabetes is 20 times greater. Obesity has become a global epidemic, with rates tripling since the 1970s. The issue is limited to America alone, as more people worldwide are adopting an American diet that is high in fat, sugar, and meat. Corporate greed is partially responsible for this global problem, as the US exports its unhealthy food choices to all commerce of the world.
Food consumption has increased, but this does not necessarily mean that people are getting more nutrients. In the 1970s, when food prices were rising, President Nixon encouraged farmers to grow more corn. Corn was an inexpensive crop that revolutionized the way we eat today. Soft drink companies began using high fructose corn syrup as a sweetener in the 1980s because it was cheaper and prolonged the shelf life of foods. According to a study by Environmental Health Perspectives in 2004, the consumption of high fructose corn syrup increased by 1,000% in just 20 years. This ingredient is now used in almost everything and has contributed to the rise in obesity rates. The popularity of American junk food has spread globally due to free trade and economic interconnectedness. While this system has many benefits, it can also result in the exploitation of workers and inequality between countries. Consider Samoa. Their traditional diet used to consist of coconut, seafood, and bananas. However, after World War II, Americans started consuming more turkey, except for a particular fatty part that they did not want, which connected the tail to the bird. As a result, they started exporting this unwanted part to Samoa. At a certain point, the average Samoan was consuming 44 pounds of turkey tails annually. According to research conducted by the Yale School of Public Health, this caused 93% of Samoans to become overweight or obese.
In 1993, the United States, Canada, and Mexico entered into the North American Free Trade Agreement or NAFTA, which had disastrous effects on Mexico's food system. The country became inundated with cheap, highly processed foods that were low in nutrients. This caused diets in Mexico to resemble those in America, which led to catastrophic health consequences. In 1988, 34.5% of the population was obese, but in just 30 years, this number skyrocketed to 75.2%, with diabetes being the leading cause of death in the country. Although free trade was intended to help impoverished countries get their products into the market, the United States is instead overwhelming them with processed foods, which is causing many people's lives to be ruined.
What makes it so devastating is it's still happening now. The whole world's fast food industries are being run by America, and there are no plans to stop anytime soon.